it's what you get used to. And then it allows you an awful lot of flexibility. So I think what I'm saying to you guys is when you're creating the video for your course, the videos for your course itself, is don't be afraid to experiment. You know, try it on screen. You might really like it. You might hate it. A lot of people do. You might not be comfortable speaking on camera or online, if you like, if you're recording your voice. And if that's the case, there's tons of options out there. There's tons of services that can do it for you. And when you consider, you know, if you're selling your front end course for $47 or something like that, then, you know, one sale and you've made the cost of Speechelo back for you. And when you consider, you know, if you're selling your front end course for $47, a bit of a delay, it seems, then, you know. All right. Did you hear that, JP? Okay.
Yeah, we just went live on YouTube.
Oh, we're live on YouTube now as well. Brilliant. Okay. All right. So, oh, wow. I don't want to go over that again, but okay. So, yeah. So, as I said, just to kind of recap that, then really, there are tons of options when you're thinking about recording your courses. So you can record it yourself, get other people to do it, and a lot of this is free. If you're creating the slides, and as I use Google Slides as well, it's free. You can do it really simply, and you don't want to be too complicated with it as well. And I think we've already said, when you're creating your videos, your recordings really only want to be sort of 5, 6, I suppose 10 minutes maximum before you're moving on to the next one. If you think about I suppose the average attention span of the average adult, then anything beyond sort of 6, 7 minutes and you'll start to lose them. So you want to cut it down really short. There are an awful lot of tips out there online about recording videos in terms of lighting, and as you can see, I've got a light behind me here. I've got another one over on this side that you can't see, but so as you can see, they're not on. But you know, setting up your lighting just so you get yourself looking the best, the kind of clothing that you should wear, all of that sort of stuff. You know, there's tons of it out there that can give you lots of really good information, and I suppose it really depends on how deep you want to go with it, and if you want to look your best online, then, you know, spend some time and go and have a look at it. But you know, there's lots of really good advice out there in terms of creating those videos for your course. So it's very, very simple in that respect. And if you've got any questions, or this has kind of gone over your head a little bit, and you want us to break it down a little bit more, I'm more than happy to go over it in more detail. Just let me know in the group, and I'll break it down a little bit more and all of that sort of stuff, so you can see exactly how it works. But that's how I do it. On screen, as you can see, I use Screencast-O-Matic. I have used the Voiceover, this piece of software. Well, this is free as well. It's actually, if you go to 123apps.com, there are all audio, video tools, as you can see on the screen up there. There's quite a few tools in there, but this is one of them. But that's the other way to get to it, right there, online-voice-recorder.com. It's a great way of doing it. And of course, Speechelo, we've used Speechelo before, and it's really good. And the thing with it is it learns, if you like. I suppose it's artificial intelligence, so it should. But it just makes it so much simpler, and you can have fun with male voices, female voices, different accents. It's really good in that respect. Yeah, and there are some other options as well, which I'll perhaps go into at another time. But those are by far the simplest ways of creating your videos. Anybody got any questions about that as we go through? I haven't used AVS for you, no. In fact, I'm not even sure that I'm aware of it. I'm certainly going to go and have a look at it, though. And this is the thing, you although you kind of, it's a bit like hosting, really, isn't it? And autoresponders. When somebody uses a particular autoresponder for a long time, they're reluctant to change, and they like to stick with it because they know it. But I'm certainly going to go and have a look at AVS for you, just to really have a look to see if there's any difference in price, functionality, ease of use. Kind of all of the good stuff, really. But yeah, thanks for that. I'll go and have a look. Yeah. Anything else? Anybody? Let me know at this point. No? Okay. That's good.
Well,
yeah. Camtasia.
Yeah, it's good.
Sorry, JP, go ahead.
No, I mean Camtasia. It's a good software.
Yeah.
It's been there for like, I don't know, 15 years, but they kept improving it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good. We like to keep it simple because when we record a course, it's mostly just slides. So you don't need anything fancy. You just go into presentation mode in Google or PowerPoint, whatever software you're using, and you just do your script.
Yeah.
So you don't need. I would say Camtasia is probably one step. It adds a layer of complexity, but it's obviously it's not too much. But it's where it's whatever you feel comfortable with. It's fine.
Yeah, absolutely. And for me particularly, as JP says, we keep it simple. And I am rubbish with technology. I'm really bad with it. So the simpler, the better. So for example, Camtasia, I have looked at it. But again, it just kind of blew my mind. Yeah, Microsoft PowerPoint, absolutely. Easy VSL, yeah, JP's put that out there. Yeah, brilliant, really good piece of software that is. We've used that quite a lot. That's really good. But yes, yeah, I like to kind of keep things as simple as possible because I'm a little bit of a technophobe. I'm almost afraid of it. It's a bit like, you know, you push a button and am I going to lose the last 2 hours of work I've just done on creating something? So there's that kind of fear if it looks overcomplicated. And I suppose it's the same with something like Photoshop for me. I mean, don't get me wrong, fantastic, probably the best in the industry, but it's way too much for my tiny mind to absorb all the stuff. So yeah, which is why I like Screencast-O-Matic, because it is kind of one click and away you go. But yeah, Camtasia for sure. If you've got, I don't know how much, it's quite expensive, I think, as well. Camtasia, again, I'm not sure.
I think even I'm wondering. I think even QuickTime can record your screen.
Right. Yeah.
Because what you need at that point is just when you have your slides in PowerPoint, your VoiceOver, or even if you don't have your VoiceOver, you just need a way to record your screen. And then, of course, you can edit your video.
Yeah.
And that's probably where it gets tricky, because you want to cut out some parts where it did not work well. You want to add to do another take for a section of the course or of the video, and so you want to cut out, add some more. So that's where you probably need like an editing software. Probably Camtasia can do it. Maybe, I don't know if QuickTime Pro, but it's true that we all have our own process. So on my end, I'm just using how is it called? ScreenFlow on Mac, because I'm used to it. I've tried. I started working with Camtasia years ago. I think I even used Adobe Premiere, EasyVSL as well, because it's really easy. You just create your slide in the software, you import, you upload your VoiceOver, and that's it. But it's really for just simple stuff. And yeah, on my end, I'm used to ScreenFlow because I can edit things any way I want. So, but yeah, just find a solution you are comfortable with. Just keep it simple. You know, you don't have to buy tons of software. Normally, you already have a screen recording software on your computer. So just start with that. Use Google Docs for the Google Slides, or PowerPoint if you have it. If you don't have PowerPoint, just use Google Slides because it's free and it's basically the same. So it's and yeah, you just go just record your screen, go into presenter mode and play, and either play your VoiceOver and record everything, or just record by reading your script on top of the slides.
Yeah, it is. It's just the simpler the better, I think. And again, it's down to comfort. In terms of editing, then we've got, we just record Loom. Yeah, Loom is another one. That's a really good one as well. So yeah, I've had to go with Loom before, but whilst I was experimenting with other things, Loom is really good. But yeah, what I use is with Screencast-O-Matic, you can record and edit on it, and you can add overlays and all sorts of really good stuff in that respect. So again, it's kind of what you get used to. But I also edit in it's a piece of software that I've got on my desktop called iSky Soft, which I think is now Filmora. Filmora.com. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. And again, it is literally I could download the MP4 from Screencast-O-Matic onto my desktop and then drag it into iSky Soft or Filmora, and it gives me more editing options. And again, I'm really comfortable doing it now. So yeah, it is, I suppose, whatever you're used to. And I will try AVS. Absolutely. I'm certainly going to go and have a look at it. But yeah, thank you for that. And don't worry about making mistakes either, and that's the beauty of editing, is you can cut it all out, which is really good. And there was a couple of things that I don't know if you watched quite a few YouTube videos, but there are a few people that I follow on YouTube who make a lot of content on YouTube, and you can see when they've made a mistake, the way that they've edited the videos. They either sort of jump into the screen all of a sudden, or something comes across the screen or something like that. And so there are some very specific cuts that they make in their videos themselves that are very clear that they're just restarting again after making a mistake, and that's perfectly normal. Everyone does that, and that's the beauty, I suppose, of having a script, is it cuts down on those errors. But yeah, don't be afraid to get out there and try and make a mistake. Yeah, absolutely. There's tons of options. Loom, very definitely. I'm going to go and revisit that. And AVS, I'm certainly going to try that. Yeah, thank you for that.
Yep. So yeah, I think so far probably it was, I don't know, it's up to you guys, but probably it was a bit more like an overview on how to create a complete course. Obviously, I think we have already worked a lot on this course. So I don't know, it will be like 2 hours or 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Around that. So it's quite a lot of work. I mean, when you need to script it all and then create the slides and then record it. But as we say, we are going to do all the work for you and then hand the completed product to you. Now, what we want to do is really show you that it's doable. It's not something just, where you need large budget because you need to hire professional copywriters, course creators, videographists, etc., etc. You can do it on your own. And as we said, I think it was last week, you can easily get started with just a 5-minute video course, like we invited you to do, to create like an opt-in page with a video course on any topic you want. We ask you to do it. So 5 minutes is just, I don't know, it's probably even 200 to 300 words. So, I mean, if you can write an article with 300 words, you can already have a video. Okay, so it's really not a lot. And 300 words, you can do it easily in just a few minutes. You can find some resources on forums, Quora, Facebook, design articles, whatever topic you want to deal with. It's already been dealt with most certainly, and then you can add your own twist, even if you just use some bits of existing content to get some ideas, but it's not a lot. And then when you have tested yourself and created your first video from scratch, you have scripted it, you have created a few slides, you picked your setup, your screen recording, your slide software, and you have completed your first video, and then you will see it's really easy to do. And at least that you can do it. And most people don't create video courses, and they just stick to ebooks, and most of the time written by ghostwriters, which is fine. But when you want to sell a product online, nowadays ebooks are mostly a commodity because people don't read those, and they are becoming really cheap. Okay, unless you've already written like a Harry Potter, then chances are your audience will be quite small with an ebook. So it's mostly like commodity, and your subscribers, when you want to build the list, they won't. The perceived value will be lower than if you start giving away a video course, because anyone knows that it takes a lot more time to create a video. And also people nowadays, if you just check YouTube, traffic YouTube is getting, it's probably getting a lot more traffic than any ebook marketplace out there. So people want to consume videos. That's what they're getting used to for now more than 10 years, 15 years with YouTube. You can see all the Netflix, all the video social networks. So people want to consume video. So if you can give away some video, even if it took you like 30 minutes to an hour, it's already an improvement compared to just putting together a quick five pages ebook and giving it away, because your people won't read it. With a video, you have a lot more chances that your subscribers will consume exactly what you're giving away, and that's why they will take action. And when you check our the funnel, when you give away the online business, it's exactly what we did. It's not rocket science. We created some videos. We created a course, which is just 5-minute course. It's nothing, but people take action, as you can see. People register, they opt in, then they watch the video, 2 steps, then to take action, and then they upgrade. So, and they won't do that if we were just giving away an ebook to download, because they will just not read it or not be interested.
Yeah. And video is much more entertaining as well, and you can inject, I suppose, more of your own personality into a video than you can in an ebook. Yeah, absolutely. People consume the short 5 to maximum 10-minute videos really easily, so they kind of look forward then to what you have to say next, which is great. Yeah. So I'm going to stop sharing this now, JP, if that's all right.
Yeah, I've already removed it.
I thought you had. Yeah, because I'm not. There we go. I got rid of that. Save some resources. That's really good. Yeah. Okay.
Here we are again.
Yeah. Yeah. I suppose video is such a big thing, and it's one of those things that I suppose a bit like when you're first starting an online business is that fear of doing it, taking that first step. If you listen to a lot of sort of the big YouTubers and maybe look back at the very first videos that they created as opposed to the ones that they're creating now, they're vastly different. But what they've done is they've been brave enough to take that first step, and people really appreciate that. If you take that step, and as JP said earlier on, creating a video requires a lot more from you than just writing an ebook, and people really appreciate that. They appreciate the effort. So yeah, don't be afraid of it. Yeah, it's you've got an editor. Editing is great. We love editors.
Yeah, exactly. It's. I remember. I think it was like 2005, and as you can imagine, back then, I'm not even sure YouTube existed, or it was just possibly the beginning. But yeah, there was no social video social networks, softwares to create videos were either really expensive or just didn't have any feature. So it was quite complicated, but still it was doable. And I remember I started creating video courses back then. It was, the process was not really smooth, but it was fun. I was just recording my screen, scripting, sending my script to, in fact, it was one of my customers doing the voiceover. And then I was trying to, stitch everything together and create a video course, and it was all fine. So yeah, what I wanted to say, if it was doable 15 years ago with poor technology, nowadays it's just like breathing. So it's a lot simpler than it used to be. So the barrier to entry is much lower than it used to be, and we really encourage you to go into videos and create videos, and let things basically surrender yourself to making videos, because it's not that much of a big deal, and all it takes is just creating the first one.
I suppose this is kind of the biggest tip really I can give you at this point in terms of creating, having a structure to your video. It's a bit like the news. If you watch any news in any of the countries, think about how they do it. They start with the headlines, then they tell you about the headlines, and then they summarize the headlines. That's what they do. So they tell you what they're going to tell you, then they tell you about it, and then they tell you what they told you. So that is the best way to structure a video. Start with headlines, then break those headlines down and add meat to the bones of those headlines, and then do a bit of a recap and a summary at the end. That is the easiest way to create videos. If you just keep that structure in mind, you can't go far wrong. You really can't. Yeah. I do that all the time. It's probably the easiest way. And I think once you've got a structure in mind, and then, that's just a very basic one. There are lots of different structures out there, but once you've got one in mind, write it down and just stick to it every single time. And that way, then of course, people get used to and expect you to do it the same way. And not only does it make them feel more at home and more comfortable with what you're saying, but it makes creating those videos really easy, because you just follow the same format every single time. And it's simple. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think next time we'll talk about the marketing tools, and especially the video sales letter, because when you sell a video course, it's a good idea to market it using a VSL, a video sales letter. So I think by the time we have the next session, we will have completed all the videos for the course.
Yeah, I've got a bit to do, but yeah, we'll get them done.
So it will be done, and we will be able to send you the videos. You don't have to do anything with those, just so you can check the videos and see what the end result is. You will get a script, the slides, and the videos, and we'll show you how we create a script for a VSL, which is not an easy process. But anyway, we'll go through it and show you some kind of ideas, how we find angles, because basically in a video, in a VSL, it's just about the angle, and then when you have the angle, you just write what you have in mind. It's easy, but probably knowing exactly the entry point that will trigger a reaction from your viewers. It's what's difficult when you want to sell, because you just have a few minutes, and usually you just have a few seconds to get people attention. So we'll go over that.
Yep.
The next week, not next week, but next year. In fact,
yeah.
We'll see you next year, because next week is off. We all need some time off, so we use that time. Anyway, we'll be working, but we use that time to complete the course, and then, so I would say, and then when we have the VSL created, it's just a matter of putting the funnel together, which will be easy. It will be just a VSL with some bullet points. We already have created the template for the course, so it will be really good looking. And then create the members area with the videos, And it's really easy with Studio because we already have some template for it. So it's just a matter of adding the content into it. So yeah, you will have a course. It will probably be completed in January.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, and yeah, and hopefully next time we'll have sorted a few issues. The YouTube issues has been fixed, although I don't know what was the cause of the issue. We had to remove our channel, re-add it. So I don't know, maybe Restream. All these software are really great, but sometimes they are just they can. Sometimes they just can't connect to your YouTube or Facebook account. So it might happen, but yeah, we'll get there. We'll learn how to make the best of this technology, which is probably what we will do next year anyway. Yeah, because we can do anything we were doing with Webinar Jam. We can see your questions. We can comment.
Yeah.
I think there's a delay, but anyway, it's manageable. So yeah, we don't. There's nothing we can do with Webinar Jam we can't do in a live stream nowadays. Maybe a few years ago we could not do that. We could not invite guests, being more than one on screen and share multiple screens. Because I could share my screen, Paul could share his screen. We couldn't invite some other members to talk and share the screen. So it's we can pretty much do even more than what we could imagine with Webinar Jam. Now, so live streaming is probably a good solution. We will be testing different setup and different solutions. We tested, I don't know, it was Be Live, I think.
So Be Live, yeah. Yeah.
Live, we might be testing Ecamm Studio or Ecamm Live. Yeah, Ecamm Live. But it seems Restream is really a good solution for us. So yeah, with that said, if you don't have any questions, we will let you go back to your family and to whatever you're doing. Don't forget to get some work done because it's the right time. I mean, yeah, it's the world is going crazy, but there's an opportunity anyway behind that, and so we need to help people get out of their own crisis. So, and the only way we can help people is by just telling them, okay, you can start an online business working from home. And so now it's really the right time, and you have the right solution, and we have the right solution as well, and we give it to you. So you have the right solution to help people start an online business.
It's the simplest one as well, I think. You're focusing on one thing, and that's what really essentially what you need to do is just to focus on that one thing. And the solution that we've got is ideal. It works. It works. So yeah, it's a good opportunity. OBS, yeah.
Yeah, OBS is free. It's just that for what we want to do, right now we don't need an external encoder because we can do it live without any software. In fact, it's just a SaaS platform. So we just log in and we can go live. We don't have any setup to do. But when we want to go to go fancy and add some more videos and stuff like that, or more cameras, we will probably need an external encoder and that kind of stuff. But we are not we are YouTubers, we are not gamers, so we don't need multiple angle cameras to film whatever we are doing. So for now, I think, as we said, we can go and add some layers to it, but we usually start with the simplest setup possible, and then we add stuff to it. We don't want to start with anything complex and figure out. As you can see, that already it's really simple to use, and we are already having some issues. So I can't imagine if we had like external hardware and software having to figure out all the parameters. So, but yeah, maybe at some point we'll use yes, I don't know, yeah, OBS or that kind of software. So with that said, yeah, I wish you a Merry Christmas if you're into it, and Happy New Year.
Yeah, have a great Christmas, guys. Stay safe. Have a good New Year. Yeah, and we will be hitting it hard from the beginning of Jan.
Okay, so yeah, next week is off. So even if you receive some notifications from Webinar Jam, don't open those, and because we won't be online next week. And on January 3rd, we will be live in Restream once more, and we'll see you there. So have a good day, some good time with yourself, your family, and yeah, Happy New Year. But we will still be active in the groups. It's not like we are going completely off.
Yeah.
We will be working hard, and we'll be in the group. So just feel free to use it as usual. And with that said, goodbye, Happy New Year.
See you guys. Have a good Christmas.